Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. Firstly, Eritreans could be in trouble in Switzerland, where the government could adopt measures to deport Eritreans to a third country. What is happening? What is being discussed by the Swiss parliament? Second, viewers, the Fano groups are continuing their attacks in different parts of the Amhara region. Last week, we saw a merger between two main Fano groups in Wollo. After that, attacks intensified in the Wollo zone, North Wollo zone, mainly. Fano fighters entered main city in North Wollo yesterday, and they entered a city close to Bahidar, small town close to Bahidar along a main road a few hours ago. Details for you in this video. Firstly, was Eritreans in Europe are going to see hard times. They have hard times ahead, it seems. Those Eritreans who are asylum seekers, whose asylum cases are pending or whose asylum cases have been rejected, they could face challenges to remain based in Europe. 2 days ago, you know that EU imposed visa restrictions on Ethiopians. Visa processing time increased from 15 days to 45 days. And it would be difficult for Ethiopians to get visas from EU countries. Why? Because allegedly Ethiopia is not cooperating with the EU to take its citizens back. Those citizens who are illegal migrants, who are illegally living in Europe or whose asylum cases have been rejected, and their status now is that of illegal migrant. Eritreans could face problems as well. Why? Because Eritrea is known for not taking back its citizens. If you know that thousands of Eritreans flee the country and they are at risk when they flee the country, they enter Sudan, sometimes Ethiopia, then Sudan. They take very risky maritime routes and somehow they reach Europe. But in Europe, we know that these days migrants are in trouble. In UK, preparations are underway to start deportation of these illegal migrants to Rwanda. And I think first illegal migrant was deported to Rwanda 2 days ago, though it was voluntary deportation. But this year, UK is set to deport around 5,700 illegal migrants to Rwanda, to a third country. Why? Because the countries from where these migrants are don't take their citizens. That is why Ethiopia came under visa restrictions, and that is why Eritrea is criticized by EU. Switzerland is considering agreement with a third country to deport Eritreans. Cases of around 300 asylum seekers in Switzerland have been rejected by the authorities. Eritrea is not taking them back. Eritrea is not accepting them. Switzerland does not want to host them, doesn't want them to leave. Where would they go? A Swiss parliamentary committee has backed a proposal for an agreement with a third country to deport these Eritreans. This proposal was submitted by Petra Gossi, who is Radical Liberal Party's MP. And this proposal has the backing of parliamentary committee. And next month, the proposal will be discussed at the House of Representatives. If the House approves, then it means that it will tell the government to talk to a third country to take these Eritreans. That third country could be Rwanda, could be any other African country. Let's see what the government does. But Eritrean asylum seekers are in trouble, it seems, especially those whose cases have been rejected or whose cases could be rejected. And the violence on the streets of Europe, violence between Brigade Nihamado and pro-Eritrean government groups, is also leading to European countries to think that these Eritreans should be deported. They are spreading anarchy in some places. They are cause of violence. Brigade Nihamado's actions are definitely going to hurt the Eritrean community. They're risking themselves too, their status in danger. In some countries, they are facing trials, but they say that they're fighting to protect the rights of their people, which are being denied in the country. That's why they're ready to sacrifice. But overall, the Eritrean community is going to be in trouble, especially those new asylum seekers, refugees who enter Europe. It will be difficult for them now to get asylum approval in European countries, it seems. Secondly, viewers, Fano groups continuing their attacks in different parts of the Amhara region. What happened in the last 24 hours? Fano groups entered a city yesterday and another one today. So that last week, two main Fano groups merged. East Amhara Fano and Wollo Fano of Colonel Fantahun Mohabao came under one command. Mere Bodajo, East Amhara Fano command is the overall commander of Wollo command. Now Colonel Fantahun Mohabao is his deputy. And after the merger of these two Fano groups, we saw a start of large-scale attacks by these Fano groups in Wollo. Since then, we have been seeing fighting in different parts of Wollo. Obviously, the two groups have merged. And secondly, we shouldn't forget, which I pointed out in some videos in recent days, that this merger is going to lead to creation of the biggest, the largest Fano groups, perhaps Fano group. Why? Because from southern zone, Raila Mata, Forum, etc., to Amhara militia members have fled. They are also joining these Fano groups. Wollo Fano could be a challenge to security forces in coming months, I would say. Fano groups entered Kobo city yesterday. There was fighting, small scale fighting in Kobo, in the outskirts of Kobo yesterday. Kobo to Makale road remained closed. Kobo to Wuldia road as well remained closed. You'll see more activities, more operations by Fano groups in North Wollo. They'll try to expand towards South Wollo, towards Dasi Kambolcha. So far, they have not decided to intervene in southern zone, Rala Mata, which has come under Tigray control to a large extent. Will they make a move? That remains to be seen. I'll do a video on that in coming hours. Secondly, while I'm recording this video, these minutes, Fano and military are fighting in Miravi. Miravi is in Gojam. This town has changed hands several times in the past few months. And if you remember, in Miravi, Ethiopian military allegedly committed a massacre of civilians, I think last year. Military denied, but some human rights organizations and international media published reports relying on remote interviews, and they said that dozens of people had been massacred in extrajudicial killings on the streets of Miravi by Ethiopian military, claimed by the local residents. But the military spokesperson denied. He said that those who were killed, they were extremists, no civilians were killed. once again, we're seeing fighting in Meravi. The last time when there was fighting in Meravi, if you remember, Fano entered Meravi, Fano military fought, Fano withdrew, and then military took revenge and it attacked civilians, accusing them of supporting Fano, and that was the cause of civilian killings in Meravi. Once again, we're seeing fighting in Meravi city reportedly between Fano and security forces. Thank you for watching.